to another Winter Sports special interview. I have Coach Kyle Babcock with me. Now, Coach, being that this is, how many years is it now that you've been coaching now?
This is my fourth year coaching varsity for Port Allegheny.
Okay. What team do you look forward to actually facing against?
Well, obviously we look forward to playing Ottawa Eldred and then Cameron County. They seem to be the two teams that they give us trouble every year. It seems like, and I know the guys are up to the challenge and excited about playing them and see what we can do against them.
Okay. Now, what are your thoughts on the new rule changes due to one-on-ones and the out-of-bounds?
As far as the free throws, I think it could go both ways. Obviously, if you're down two or three with a few seconds left, you're trying to foul and hoping they miss the front end of the one-on-one. Well, this year they automatically get two, so I think it's going to change the strategy of what we do as far as that goes, and then the ball position on out of bounds as well. That can change everything too. If we get fouled, and originally it would be down towards the hoop, or against this year, they could put us back towards half court, and it just takes longer, more time to get closer to the basket to score.
Now, does that change your coaching philosophy when it comes to those situational plays? Because I know as a coach, sometimes you do plan for those type of situations.
Yeah, I think, and I've talked to the team about the free throw situation. That's going to change, I think, a ton. Like I said, hopefully we're on the other side of it where we're shooting the free throws and making both of them. So
Okay.
we'll see.
Hello, we're here with Jared Funk on the Winter Gator News special interviews, and he was a sophomore this year, playing his second year on the varsity squad. Jared, kind of a couple of questions here. Who is an up-and-coming player that should be watched for maybe other teams or for the fans themselves, for us?
Besides our freshman Liam Haver, and we also have a sophomore, Isaac Hamel, who's also a pretty solid player. He's got a lot of help for us.
Okay. Now, what are your personal goals for this season?
Our personal goals are to be a leader and help the team get to where we need to be. Make playoffs, get farther in playoffs than we did the past previous years too.
Okay. Now, who is a teammate that might not get the headlines, but you think they deserve to be mentioned?
Definitely Braylon Button. Braylon contributes way more than people see with his rebounds and defense.
Okay. Now, who are you looking forward to playing against this year?
I'm always looking forward to playing against Otto. Otto's
Okay.
always a good team to play against. Another team to look out for is Cameron County. Both
Okay.
three good games. We'll put up what we got best against them.
Okay. Now, you played soccer and football in the fall sports. How difficult is it to transition from that fall sport to basketball?
Well, football is a lot different than other sports where you're really fast and you're slow. But soccer is a continuous sport of going back and forth, back and forth. Basketball is a mix where you have to be quick really fast and then move back and forth really fast. Sounds bad, but it's how it is.
Okay. Now, what is your favorite part of basketball?
Just contributing what I can to the team and giving what I can on the court.
Okay. What is one of the best pieces of advice you've had from your current coach or a past coach?
I've always been told to be confident, and once you use confidence, you don't have anything else. If you're not confident, you won't play good.
Okay. Now, is there an athlete that you look up to as a role model, and why?
So one of my role models would be one of my coaches from over the summer. He really helped me push myself and play at a faster pace.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jared, for taking the time to answer some questions for us. Today we have Braylon Button, who this is your 4th year playing varsity basketball, isn't that?
Correct.
Correct. Nice. Congratulations, by the way. Now, what are your personal goals, being this is your last year for this season?
Probably just leaving it all out there and having no regrets and having no plays where I'd wish I'd go back and change them and just leaving it all on the court after every game.
That's fair enough. I mean, that's a good way to look at it, being the last year. Now, who's a teammate that might not be getting the headlines, but is definitely worth mentioning?
Probably Levi Wolfong. He's a dog in every sport he plays, in every single sport. He's just business first. You know, he's a guy that everyone can look up to, and he's just a nice shoulder to lean on too. Cause I feel like he's always in the right spot at the right time. Like mentally, he's always sharp.
Okay.
So.
Now, who are you looking forward to playing against this year as a team?
You know, Otto Eldred is always like the top dog this year. They won the district last year, and it's always nice to have a chance to knock off the best. In order to be the best, you have to beat the best. So.
What is it like transitioning from such a starting strong position of the lineman to a basketball, which requires a lot less contact?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's really not as physical. You know, that's a big change. You know, not even having a break. You know, going straight from a physical sport of football to a faster paced game like basketball, kind of. But it's different. It's pretty different. You know, you're not as many people, on the court as you are on the field. So.
What is one of your favorite things of basketball?
I'd say probably just being with the team. Honestly, like we have a great group of guys this year. You know, it's always nice to, it's good to be serious in the moment, but sometimes it's nice to just like lay back and have fun with your teammates. I feel like basketball gives you the ability to do that. You know, have fun when you can have fun, but work hard when you have to work hard.
And what is the best piece of advice that either a present coach or a past coach has given you?
Listen to what the message is and not how the message is said, because sometimes in the heat of a moment in a game, coaches are mad, but you just gotta listen to what they're saying and not how it's said, but what the message is.
Now, is there an athlete that you look up to as a role model?
If I had to pick one, it could probably be someone like, Steph Curry, because he kind of changed the game of basketball himself, and he's a good guy to root for. I don't play like Steph Curry, but he's always cool to watch and stuff.
Yeah, he is very gifted from the three-point range, that's for sure. Well, thank you, Barry Lynn.
Yeah.
Welcome to another winter special interview. Today I have Henry Troop, who is a senior, if I'm remembering correctly, and being this is your last year. Henry, what is some of your goals that you have for this season, being that this is your last?
Well, I want to make playoffs. I've been playing with these guys for a long time, so, being in a year that we don't really show out our skills, I think it'll be fun if we go a long way.
Is there a athlete that you look up to as a role model?
I would have to say Trey Garzell. Playing against him in practice, he really inspires me to be better. He's just electric as a player, and he'll box you out in the parking lot, so it's a tough matchup every time.
Okay. Now, who are you looking forward to playing against this season? Team or player?
I've heard a lot of people say Otto Eldred, but me personally, I really want to beat Cameron County this year because I feel like every time we go over to their place, it's a really tough game, and I love playing there, so I feel like bringing out a win there will be fun.
Okay. Now, who is a teammate, being a senior, that doesn't get the headlines but you think should be mentioned?
I'd have to say Levi Wolfong for sure. He does all the small things right, and he's just a great player to play with.
Now, what is the best piece of advice that you've gotten from your coach or past coach?
Probably just to play as confident as possible at all times and have a short memory. If you make a mistake, just try and make up for it the next time down.
All right. Well, thank you, Henry, for your time. And I have Nick Wilfong with me, who's a sophomore for the varsity basketball team. So, Nick, who's an upcoming player that you think should be watched?
Probably Jared Funk. You know, he's really tall, really athletic, and good at basketball.
Is there anyone else, or you just think him? Or
Uh,
I mean, mainly up and coming.
Yeah, we have freshman Liam Hoffer and freshman Brendan Finnegar that are going to do some damage when it's their time.
Now, Nick, what are your personal goals for this season?
I'd like to, win 15 or more games and get a home playoff game. My personal goals are more to the team goals because I'm for the team.
Okay, I can respect that. Now, who are you looking forward to playing against this season?
Growing up as a kid, you always love playing Ottawa, dude. It's always a dogfight. They've got the past couple of them, but I'm hoping to get at least one of them this year.
Okay. Now, you were playing quarterback in football this past fall. How difficult is it to transition from a fall sport to a winter sport such as basketball?
For me personally, it's not that hard. Point guard to quarterback, it's a lot of the same stuff. Reading the defense, giving the ball up.
Okay. Now, what is your favorite part of basketball?
I just like the camaraderie with the team. Getting to hang around the guys for a little longer.
Okay. Now, what is one of the best pieces of advice you've gotten from either a basketball coach or any coach?
Go get buckets.
Go get buckets.
Go get a bucket.
Okay. Now, one last one. Is there any athlete that you look up to as a role model? Could be teammate or pro.
Definitely. I definitely look up to Beetlejuice. He's a boxer. One of the greats. If you look him up, he's like, I think 3-0, and he's an up-and-coming boxer, and he's doing really good. And he's got a great mentality, and that's what I look for in athletes that I look up to, and Beetlejuice has it.
Alrighty. Welcome to another Winter Sports special interview with Levi Wilfong. Starting off with, is there an athlete that you look up to as a role model?
I really like to look up at Russell Westbrook because I really like his style of play for basketball.
What particular about that style?
I just like how he plays hard and he's always rebounding, even though it's not really his job.
Now, who are you looking forward to playing against this year?
Well, I always like to beat counter sports. So.
How difficult is it to transition from football to basketball?
Well, it's a lot more running, I'll tell you that right now. But it is also, the strength helps, of course, but the athleticism that comes from football really does help when it comes to basketball.
Okay. Now, who's a teammate that may not get the headlines but should be mentioned, that you think, being a senior and seeing what you have coming up behind you as underclassmen?
I really think Braylon Button is really good because he's been a leader even since he was a freshman on the team. He came in as a freshman and was still telling upperclassmen how they should be doing, and I really respect that as his teammate.